Joining us now, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears. Lieutenant Governor, always a pleasure. To be clear about this, 11 days before a presidential election, a federal judge appointed by Joe Biden ordered the Commonwealth to reinstate about 1,600 people, most of whom self-attested to being non-citizens. Paving the way, making the Commonwealth put them back on the voter rolls. So this judge wants non-citizens to vote, which is against the law in this nation.
So here's the thing. There are over 1,500 of them that the judge insanely, incredulously said, Virginia, you must put these people back on the voting rolls. People who told us themselves, check the box, we are not citizens of the United States and therefore not eligible to vote. And the judge said, no, you're going to put those people back on. This is just incredulous to us. And by the way, these people proved with immigration documents they are not citizens, and yet we're told to put them back. You know, there was a time when I was not a citizen of these great United States. I had a green card. I was still a Jamaican citizen, but I applied for citizenship, and thank you very much. I was given that citizenship, and now I am able to vote. So I totally understand how this system works. It would have been unbelievable. Wait, it would have been illegal for me to vote. That's what this is about, and that's why Governor Youngkin has rightly made sure to immediately ask for an injunction against this judge. And if what we have to do is to go all the way to the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, he has said he is going to do that. We must have elections that are free, fair, integrity. That's what this is about. There is no other issue here.
And it begs the question, is the Department of Justice, is Joe Biden, is Kamala Harris trying to push illegals to vote in elections? It would appear so by their concerted effort to defeat your effort to take off 1,600 known non-American citizen potential voters. But here's the problem. The Congress, Republicans in the Congress understood this was a problem. They wanted to pass the SAVE Act that would have guaranteed that non-citizens couldn't register to vote, and every Democrat voted against it. So Republicans have seen this coming. They get the game plan of the cheat, and they try to preserve the election. But at every step, Democrats are working to make sure illegals can register and potentially vote in this next election.
Here's, you know, that's why we're doing everything we possibly can to ensure that only, you know, we're just following the Constitution.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid that we should do that. The Constitution says if you are an illegal person, well, if you are not eligible to vote because you're not a citizen, then you're not eligible to vote. I'm trying to find the words to make it any simpler than that. And apparently that's controversial. You just cannot make this stuff up. And so we, through Governor Youngkin, is immediately seeking relief from what this federal judge has said. And if we have to, we're going to the United States Supreme Court. And that's why we're saying, folks, there's so many of you who say that you're not interested in politics. Politics is interested in you. You've got to go vote. We've got to make sure all of us just get out there, vote, vote, vote.
Election security matters, and it matters in Virginia and every state. Thank you and the governor for taking this to the mat, going to the Supreme Court if you have to. We are grateful as a nation for that. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.